If you are seeing this video, it's not an accident. It's actually a sign from God or a sign from the universe or whatever you want to call it. But it's a very important sign that has been sent to you, and it's a message for you right here, right now, today. And once you start to understand what I'm going to be sharing in this video, I believe that it will bring you an immense amount of clarity. And that is what you're really longing for right now, isn't it? It's clarity. You want to know, what am I supposed to do right now? Maybe you're facing some kind of big decision, or maybe you're in a relationship and you don't know whether or not it's something that you should continue on with, or maybe it's something with your job or with school or with a friend or a family member, but there's something that has been really bothering you. There's something that has been challenging you in many different ways, and you feel stuck. You feel like you're trying to get some kind of answer from the heavens. You feel like you're trying to ask God what to do, but maybe you're not hearing anything. Maybe it just feels super quiet and like no one's hearing your prayers or your wishes or your desires. But what I'm here to tell you today is that anything that you could search for or seek for externally for some kind of answer, for some kind of solution, is not going to ultimately give you the message, the answer that you need in this moment. And believe it or not, your heart knows. Your heart is intuitive. And the key with this, in this moment, is to make a shift from living in the headspace, which is where a lot of our anxiety and fear and worry and doubt and insecurity and all these other negative emotions come from. The key in all this is focusing on that inner stillness and understanding that any kind of direction, any kind of guidance that we can really receive and work with and follow in this season of life has everything to do with what you're feeling. It's an impression. So it's not gonna be like some kind of thought or something that comes through your headspace. No, the headspace, the mind, the analytical thinking mind is useful. We need it at times in life, but ultimately we're supposed to be rooted and grounded in the heart space, because the heart knows, the heart thinks, but not in an intellectual, analytical way. And in times like this, and in moments like these, you don't need to be in the headspace. You need to be sinking into your heart space. And when you do this, you're going to start to have impressions. You're going to start to have these gut feelings. And what I'm telling you, this is the message of the video. This is the most important thing I'm going to say. What I'm telling you is, whatever you do, do not ignore what you are feeling deep down. This is your intuitive heart. Trust it, please. Trust it. Go with it. No matter what the mind says, no matter what everyone else around you is saying, no matter what it's saying on social media or whatever, like any kind of external source, it doesn't matter what the external things and the people and the opinions are saying. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters during this time, during this moment, is what you are feeling deep down. And hey, sometimes in order for us to really become aligned with our intuitive hearts, and in order for us to experience that still small voice, as some call it, is to disconnect from the social media. It's to disconnect from hanging out with certain people. Maybe it means you having some time alone. Maybe you go a few days without watching TV. Maybe you say, hey, you know what? I need to take some time for myself. I'm going to go on a vacation or something by myself and just try to experience that inner stillness. Maybe it means connecting with nature, getting outside, getting back to the roots of your being and who we really are fundamentally. And again, reconnecting with the earth, because there is something very spiritual with being outside, being in nature, grounding, earthing, getting sunlight, you want to really activate your spiritual abilities, connect with nature. Because here's the thing, like being out here, being in nature, what you realize really quickly is that we are not separate from the earth. We are the earth. And I know for myself, when I am like going through whatever I'm going through and I need some clarity, I need some understanding, I need some peace, I need some assurance, I need some guidance, I need some confirmation, what I do, what I've been doing for years, is I get outside, I connect, and I return to my natural environment as a human being, which is being outside, grounding, being in the sun, and spending time alone in the woods. Okay, for me, that is how I become very much aligned and in tuned with my intuitive heart. I have to do this. I have to break away from all the distractions, from all the different voices, from all the different opinions, from all the different people who are trying to persuade me in all these different directions, because this is how I actually can be honest with myself and feel what my body is trying to tell me. And so your body is trying to tell you something. Not the mind, but the body knows, the heart knows. And if you find that sacred space in your life right now in this season where you can get still, you can get quiet, you can reconnect with the earth, you can find some time, you can find some space that aligns, that resonates with you the best. If you can get into that place, if you can get into that space, you will start to see and understand what I'm saying, which is that the knowledge, the guidance, the assurance, the confirmation, whatever you need in this moment is not something outside of you. It is something that is inherently within you. It just needs to be revealed. It needs to be unveiled. And the way we do this is, like I said, it's going to be unique for each person. So don't think that it's like, you know, there's one best way and that's like the best way for everyone, because that's certainly not how it is. The spiritual journey, the journey of life in and of itself, is a very individual journey. And there are different things, there are different places, there are different circumstances and environments that work best for each person, that in different ways. And so that's what we have to find. That's what we have to discover while we're on the path. What is it that brings us into that inner stillness? What is it that brings us into a place of being open, and we're free from distractions, we're free from the noise, we're free from the chaos, and we can just simply be. And in that presence, in that state of simply being, that is when you start to understand, or that's when you start to know deep in your bones what you need to do, what decision you need to make. And again, what I'm going to keep saying is, do not listen to all these different voices that are trying to pull you in all these different directions. That is distraction. That is what you don't need right now. What you need is clarity. What you need is assurance and peace that surpasses all understanding, that goes beyond the level of the mind. And the only way you experience that is by sinking into the heart space. But I get it, sometimes it's hard to do this, so the way we sink into the heart space is going to be something that we have to discover for ourselves. What is it that brings you into the heart space? Is it music? Is it time alone in nature? Is it going for a walk? Is it riding your bike? Is it swimming in the ocean or walking on the beach? Or, I mean, it can be so many different things. But you have to figure out, what is it for you that opens your heart, that enables you to hear what your heart has been saying. And I know I'm using like these different words like hearing and you've got to listen, but what it ultimately goes back to is much more of a feeling. It's something that, you know, some people may refer to it as a gut feeling, but it's something that you literally feel in your body. And you just know from this, there's this experiential knowing that is a byproduct of you feeling what your body is trying to tell you, and then that's your answer, that's your solution, that's your direction. And even when that happens, even when you experience that initial impression, the mind will try to talk you out of it. The mind will try to say, oh no, it's actually this, or that's not the way, or you need to rethink, or you need to do this or that or the other. But that's just the mind, and you can pick up on that. Meditation's a great method to really become aware of all of our different thoughts and feelings and even emotions that arise that try to contradict what the heart is telling us. But the message for you today is simple. Trust your gut, trust what your body is trying to tell you. The answer is going to come through feeling, it's not going to come through thought. And you already have it, it's within you. You already know. It's going to feel very different than something that you're learning intellectually. It's a deep resonance. So in this season, the test for you is learning how to trust yourself, because maybe you're someone that's been told that you can't trust yourself, or maybe you're someone that's been told that you don't have the power within, or that you're not worthy, or that you're not enough. And so you've been programmed to believe that subconsciously, and that subconscious programming has been conditioning you to not trust yourself. But the answer has always been to trust yourself, to listen to your heart, to follow it, because it knows the way and it will lead you into whatever or wherever you need to go in this season of your life, okay? And it's right here, it's right now. The heart space is rooted in present moment awareness. That's how you really know when you're sinking into the heart space, because the heart is rooted in the present moment. The mind is constantly fixated on the past and the future, but the heart is right here, right now. That's why I think it was Ram Dass said, the next message that you need is the one right in front of you. That's what the heart is pointing you towards. That's what the intuition that you have within yourself is going to show you. It's right here, it's right now. That's where you find whatever it is you're looking for. Not in the future, not in the past, but in the present moment through the heart space. Okay? So I hope this video was helpful. Like I said from the very beginning, I think that this is a sign, this is a message that you have been learning to trust your intuitive heart, and maybe you've been going with this impression, this feeling that you have, this gut feeling, but now you have someone trying to talk you out of it. Now you have a friend or a family member or something you read or something you saw online is now trying to talk you out of what you already know to be true. The message here today is to go with your gut, go with your heart, trust it, feel whatever the body is trying to show you and teach you in this moment, right here, right now. And you will be amazed at what this leads to. You'll be amazed at the manifestation and the creation and the opportunity and the transformation that this ends up producing. All because you trusted your intuitive heart. Your heart knows. Listen to it. Trust it. It will guide you. It will lead you. And it will always show you the way. So I think that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, informative, or insightful, please leave a thumbs up at the bottom of the screen and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.